if you're here, that means I didn't get to your reading last night. But we're here now, and we're gonna get to them. And I hope that you enjoyed. I really do hope it's worth the wait. Let me know if you have any questions. You're welcome to comment them. And yeah, I'll see you guys there. Your timestamps are in the descriptions below. Let's start. We have Pepe first. Pepe, you said, "Hi Ron, it's been a while. I hope you've been well." Thank you for coming back. You wrote, "May I get a love reading, please? I'm single and a Taurus. If that helps, hope you have a great night." Yeah. So being a Taurus is nice. I love Taurus. Did you know Taurus is actually ran by the planet Venus, and Venus is the money. It is the planet of love, pleasure, romance, as well as money. It's very earthly. It's all about attraction. So you're already off to a good start, being a Taurus, having your planet be Venus. We have your energy coming up as the Four of Cups. Now, this can be representative of feeling like you don't have enough love, feeling like you don't have the kind of passion in your life that you desire, right? Like, look how he has these cups that are spilled over. He has this rose in his hand. Maybe you've experienced a lot of unrequited love, or maybe just the people that you have around you just ain't quite cutting it. We just want more, right? Like, this is what this card means. We want more love, more passion, more fulfillment. Now we have your focus being the Three of Cups, and this actually means friendship, celebration, and support. And we have your outcome being the Queen of Pentacles, which is perfect. Your challenge is the Death card, and your advice is the Moon. So nobody likes to see the moon in the advice section. So I'll go ahead and tell you right off the bat. The moon tells us that we have to be okay with not knowing. We have to embrace that there are things that we cannot control, things that we just can't understand. We have to follow our intuition, right? Like, we have to follow our heart. I will say, when it comes to love, I don't know if you're single or not, Pepe, but the challenge being the Death card means that we're going through a cycle of change, of transformation and rebirth. And so things that you're experiencing now are going to be very, very different from how things you are going to experience in the next 2 to 3 months, right? Because the Death card, all of the major arcanas represent chapters in our lives, and they tend to be within 2 to 3 month spans because of seasonal stuff. So that's why they're all associated with certain tarot cards, because they're related to not only the zodiac signs but also the season. So we have, and I see zodiac season, sorry, we have the focus being the Three of Cups. So that does tell me that if you are focusing on making new friends or meeting new people, being more social, that's going to lead you to a lot of fulfillment. And I say that because we have the Queen of Pentacles as your outcome. As I was saying, if you are single, this is you meeting somebody who is in the same energy as you, because you're a Taurus, right? The Queen of Pentacles is an earth sign, so this can be Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus, but this is someone who makes you feel safe, secure, and at peace and at ease. She's also a very lucky person. I will say that, and I don't know if it's a she, she, he, her, they, them, whatever kind of whatever you're attracted to, but I do think it is a person incoming. Now, if you're in a relationship or if you have a crush on somebody, this could mean that we're finding more peace in the relationship, and we're changing our friendship into something beyond what we can kind of see right now. So that's what I see, Pepe. I hope that you enjoyed that. Let me know if it resonated, and good luck with everything you got going on. Thank you. Oh, PT, hey! It's good to see you. Good morning. You said, "Hi, Ron. I wish you well in getting to a safe space, and I hope you are okay. For my reading, I'm recently dealing with a breakup, and I need some reflection on it." Yeah, oh my goodness. I went through a breakup back in January, and I'm still healing from it. So I feel you. It'll be okay. Remember that feeling is healing. We really have to digest our emotions, and don't do it alone. Please don't. I've been trying to do it alone, and it almost always kind of affects your relationships. And so I recently had to open up to my friends and family about they're like, "You've been so moody, and you've been quiet, and you've been isolating," and I'm like, I'm embarrassed. I'm still getting over my breakup. So allow yourself time. Don't be a fool like me and just bottle it all up. Let's see what we got. This is, ooh, the world card. Yeah. Now, this is your energy. You're definitely transitioning out of it. You know, the world card means the completion of a goal, a learning of a lesson, and making peace with what you've experienced. As I said, I believe you truly are digesting it properly. And I like to see that. You also have justice as your focus. I think you're trying to make sense of things logically. Sometimes things just don't really make logical sense, and that can be difficult to kind of fathom. Like, for example, a lot of people have a hard time when they go through a breakup, understanding that sometimes love isn't enough, right? Like, sometimes real life gets in the way. And, you know, justice tells me that we're trying to balance, we're trying to weigh the scales, we're trying to understand truly, because it means honesty, truth, and clarity. Now, your outcome or your future card is the King of Cups, and the King of Cups represents feeling safe and secure within your emotional body. And so this is understanding how you feel, but I actually think that you are going to be opening up to people. I'm really happy to see this, because the King of Cups is a mentor. The King of Cups is somebody who's listening, who's receptive, who's ready to be a really good listening ear for you. And justice is in Libra, which is an air sign, and that represents speaking, right? Remember how I said it means truth, honesty, clarity? Well, it also means like laying everything out for you to see, and trying to have like a realistic approach to what went down so that we can swallow it a little bit better. And I actually see a friend, you know, helping you, or like, you know, someone you love, someone you trust. Your challenge is the Four of Pentacles. There's something that we need to let go. There's something that we're holding on a little bit too tight on, right? For example, oh my gosh, like they wronged me and I really need an apology. But what you need really is to forgive yourself for making that mistake. No apology is going to feel like enough. Can it bring closure? You know, it can help push closure in the right direction, but it can't complete it for you. But I do see you, you know, I actually do see you digesting things at a healthy rate. Your advice card is the King of Wands. To live in the moment, right? Try not to reflect on the past too much. The King of Wands is someone who's very passionate, very excited about life, and they know where they're going. And so therefore they're able to illuminate their life very brightly to the possibilities that they have in front of us, and live creatively and excitedly. And so if you're focusing on the now and how that will better you in the future, it's going to help you digest things. I also have some advice to say. I'm just kind of feeling this way. I want to mention it to you that you know, I actually feel I am actually being called to pull on what important soul lesson did you need to learn through this relationship? I feel like pulling that for you. But I had some advice, but now I lost it. Because Spirit's like, now pull on this. And I'm like, oh, okay. Maybe it'll come back to me. Oh, we have the Strength card in reverse. We have the Death, and we also have the Nine of Swords. So the Strength card in reverse is feeling unconfident. It's also feeling frustration or anger. It can also represent resentment. But we have the Death card here, and this is about transformation. This is a maturation. And so if maybe in the past you struggled feeling confident in yourself or in your relationships, or if you've even struggled standing up for yourself, right? Like standing on business, standing up for what you believe in, Death is here to tell you that you're changing that because of this experience. Like you're turning it into something positive. Death is about letting go, making peace, and really allowing yourself to turn your knowledge into wisdom so you don't make the same mistakes. I will say the Nine of Swords is here. Are you going to run into similar energies in the future? Yes, but you're well equipped to handle them this time. So once again, there's an emphasis on focusing on the future and not the past. And I remember what I was going to say now. Remember that you have only control of your current moment. And so anytime you're feeling negative, ask yourself, how do I want to feel? And do yourself the the favor of breathing through your emotions, allowing yourself to feel, and say to yourself, it's okay that I feel this way, but I'm ready to make peace, and it'll be a lot easier to get through it. So I hope that makes sense, Peachy. Thank you very, very much, and good luck with everything you got going on. See you later. Hi there, Mean. Thank you so much for getting a reading for me. I really appreciate your patience. I apologize again for having to stream. I was getting really eepy, but we're here. And you wrote, hey Ron, it's nice to see you again. It's nice to see you too. I was wondering if I could get a reading about my current spiritual journey. I just feel blocked from connecting with my guides or with that connection lately, or maybe just stuck. Maybe that's what I'm feeling overall in general. Ha ha ha. You're fine. Hey, I want you to know I experienced this recently too, Mean. And apparently a lot of people have been kind of going through it, especially around the full moon. A lot of times our emotions get in the way of our connection, and so if you're feeling blocked, allow yourself to journal. You know, maybe talk about what's giving you stress or anxiety, or what you're afraid of. You know, yeah, you know, and that'll help you feel more secure and more connected after you release that, or as I say to people, digest your emotions. So that's what helped me, but we can see what the tarot has to say. What do you have to say, tarot? We've got Knight of Pentacles, slow and steady wins the race. We also have the King of Pentacles, finding grounding, and we also have the Ten of Cups. Oh, I love that. I love this, actually. Oh my gosh, you have really positive cards. So just know that you are growing, right? We are, you know, I will say the Knight of Pentacles understands that it takes hard work. It takes consistency. It takes time. But as you encounter, you know, new obstacles, new road bumps and stuff like that, you do have to, you know, spend your time working through them and smoothing out the bumps. But the Knight of Pentacles understands that they're capable of doing so. And so if you're encountering things where like you're struggling to feel in touch and in tune, once again I say, right, like you need to focus on feeling stable, secure, and connected to the earth, right? Like you have both feet on the ground. Our physical bodies can really help us figure out what's blocking us. Like, for example, if you are having pain in your lower back or your shoulders, that can mean that we're struggling with stress. If you are having a difficult time sleeping, it means that we're having anxiety. Or if you are having headaches, you know, it could mean that our, like, you know, I'm not a doctor, but it could just mean that our health is getting in the way of allowing us to connect. And so give yourself time to breathe through whatever you're going through. Connect to your body, because your body's going to tell you everything you need to know about how to feel more connected. And I feel like a lot of people negate that, right? Like, I always tell people this too, that the sorry if my phone's buzzing a bunch. I ordered food, but my body always tells me before my mind does. So I recently went through like a really big breakup, and I just uprooted my entire life, and I'm still kind of dealing with the repercussions of it. And I realized, you know, the reason I know I needed to leave was I didn't recognize myself, right? Like I was tired, I was losing weight, I wasn't wearing, you know, the cute clothes I used to wear. I was like, who am I? I've turned into a mom. And right, so, you know, ask yourself, are you feeling connected? Are you feeling whole? Are you feeling like yourself? Because the moment that you know, start tending and caring to your body, and also you know, making yourself feel like you enjoy the physical environment you're in, you're going to be able to heal a lot. So there's this saying, and the reason why I say like your body, your physical environment, as well as we do the Ten of Pentacles as your challenge, and this is feeling safe, feeling secure, feeling whole, and feeling grounded and structured. And just know that as you go through this, these are going to, oh, my ears are ringing crazy too for you. This is going to be a practice that you're going to remember for a long time. And so I don't know why I feel like saying this, but maybe this is something I do as well. Give your problems, give your issues to the trees. You know, I like to go on walks around really big, beautiful trees, and I'll ask them for help, and they almost always heal me in ways that I need. And so, your advice card is the Four of Wands. This is a coming together, a celebration. Just know that you will reconnect with your soul, your guides, right? Your intuition. Give it time, because we have in the future the Ten of Cups, and this is being around your soul family. This is a happy ending. It feels really good. It does. I want to pull just a couple more cards and see what's happening. What do we got? Anything else we need to know? Maybe what's blocking us? Ooh, the Two of Wands. You need to make a decision that makes us feel passionate. Once again, more stuff about like our physical body. As well as the Moon card. So the Two of Wands. Oh, this is also something else that I want to advise you. This helps me so much, and it reminds me of the Two of Wands. If you're struggling to like be in touch with your inner voice, I always tell people first thought, best thought. That's how I do readings for myself. Like, I'll ask my question, and whatever comes to me right then, right there, I trust and I know that that's the message. When I kind of meditated on too much, I let like my fears sink in, or like my analytical mind. And so just allowing yourself to like in that moment just know, and maybe even talk out loud to yourself, will make you feel more peaceful, at ease, and more connected, especially with the Moon card here. And the Moon is about trusting your intuition and being okay with not knowing. So that's what I see, Mina. I hope that makes sense. I really hope that helped you. Thank you for trusting me, and good luck with everything that you're endeavoring. See you later. Bye-bye. Hello there, Ivy. Thank you so much for getting a reading from me the other night. Last night. I'm really sorry that I got too tired, but we're here. We're gonna do your reading for you, and I hope it's worth the wait. You wrote, "Hi Ron, I got a reading from you back in September 9th about my ex and reconciliation. Just wondering if the energy has changed. I read tarot as well, but sometimes when I read him, it's kind of fuzzy, and his energy is very strong. Any advice as well after yeah." Let's see what we got, and yeah, let's see what we have coming in for you. September, so that would mean, it's been about a month. It's been about a month. Let's see what we have. Okay, so this is you. Oh, okay. A lot of cards in between. A lot of cards in between. And we also have them. All right. Challenge and the advice. So we have you coming up as the Emperor. And this is someone who's standing on business, who is focusing on their own development and their own truth. We have them coming up as the Tower. And the Tower represents unwanted change. It represents things falling down, right? It's uncomfortable, but it's always, always very, very necessary. The challenge for both of us is the Nine of Swords, anxiety, worry, reliving the future, reliving the past and afraid of the future. And the advice is the Ace of Wands. Now, it's interesting because I get this energy here that while you're growing and having a come up, they're still kind of going through it at the moment. But there's still anxiety in between you. We have their advice being the Ace of Wands, which means that if both of us are interested, we should just go ahead and, spend time with each other, or talk to each other, or apologize. There's something that needs to be said, but this is always a sign that we're on each other's minds, we're in each other's thoughts. It does feel a little bit negative at the moment, especially with the Nine of Swords being the challenge. Now, we never get a challenge unless we can overcome it, which is why I always say, follow the advice card if you want to get towards the highest good for both of you. And that's to just talk it out, right? I feel like just let yourselves talk it out, but it might be difficult at the moment, especially if you're no contact. Now, the energy in between, and we can pull for the future too, is Justice. And Justice represents almost like a karmic energy happening, You have the Two of Cups, and the Two of Cups represents relationships. The Strength card, which means confidence. Sometimes it can mean anger as well. And then the Death card is clarifying that. And death is about transformation and rebirth. As you know, I'm just explaining why I'm putting all these together. So to me, because I always read it as a sentence whenever I pull multiple cards, is the thing that's balancing out in this moment is the relationship and the very kind of almost like the anger or the tension or the frustration is changing for the better. And I feel like we're just going through the motions. If I'm honest, I think that they're going through a lot of emotion right now in their life, and they're still trying to find themselves feeling settled. And whether it has to do with you or just their life in general, I do think that they need a little bit more time. And I say this because of the Death card. The Death card usually represents like a season of rebirth, a season of change, especially with the Tower. Like, it's interesting because we have you, the way that you are getting settled, the way that you're finding yourself and feeling like you're ready to love again is being confident. It's standing up for yourself. It's knowing what you want and who you're about. But the Tower here tells me that they're still kind of figuring themselves out. They're realizing that a lot of beliefs that they've had since childhood, oh my goodness, have made their relationships a little bit iffy, stuff like that. So let's see what we have coming in for the future from both of you. They're real, and why I see childhood is like they're realizing that the stuff, because this is unhealthy foundations, right? The Tower falls because there's something that we either believed or used to do that, oh my goodness, we realized we were wrong. We realized that it wasn't suiting us, stuff like that. And so let's see what we got. Ooh, we got Seven of Wands. So this is the current energy. Seven of Wands is having up boundaries, having a wall up. We also have the Five of Wands. Goodness, this is an energy of chaos, of unsettlement, and I do think that's their energy. I do actually, when I see this together, I feel like your guides are telling you, hey, you're not supposed to interact with them at this moment. They really need to handle a lot of their bull alone, and I think that's good. Like, I think that's really the best for both of you. We have the Ace of Swords. After that, now this is truth, honesty, clarity, clarifying why there's this wall. I do think that you are being protected, and so are they in their own way, right? Like, we have to go through this kind of chaos. We have to go through this kind of anxiety and fear in order to realize what's important to us, who's important to us, and what we want to do going forward. And so, they'll have their mind made up at the end of this kind of season. As I said, a season's like 2 months long, or 2 to 3 months long. But it could also happen around like the Scorpio energy because of the Death card. We can clarify that. Let's see what we got. I know Scorpio's coming up soon, at the end of October. Ooh, Three of Wands, Ten of Swords, Page. Yeah, a little bit further out than the end of October. As I said, 2-3 months. The time of a season, because we even have 3 here. It's funny. This means expansion. This means going beyond. And I was trying to see, like, is it Scorpio season? And then we have the Ten of Swords, which is like a plain blunt no. And then we have the Page of Wands, which is once again something beyond, something new, something different from what we were pulling on. So that's what we have for that, Ivy. I really hope that helped you. Sorry if you can tell I'm tired. I took a nap. But I'm feeling energetic. I'm just a little like waking up still. I hope that helped you. Thank you. Let me know if you have any questions later. Hi there, Gooey. Thank you so much for always getting readings from me. You're always so sweet. It's really good to see you. I hope you're well. You wrote, "Hey Ron, can I get a love reading, please?" Yes, you may. I've been going through it for real. I'm having a hard time sorting through the muck in my head. Yeah. And then add a. Let's see what we have. I'm really sorry you're going through it. Let's see what we have coming in for you. What energies we can work with in the advice. Yay! I feel like rolling this for you too. What star energy are we working with? Ooh, the second house. Okay. So the second house has to do with the physical body, that our value as well, the material realm, and finances and stuff like that. We also have Scorpio, and Scorpio has to do with like intense emotion. It can represent our feelings and how that changes us and changes the world around us. And then we do have Venus energy, and Venus is about love, pleasure, romance, energies like that. And so I wonder, Gooey, if this is actually transforming you for the better. And I say that because, you know, we do have the physical body coming up in Scorpio, which is about transformation and rebirth. I wonder, like, you know, you might be feeling really triggered about the way that you look, or the way that you see yourself, or, you know, it can even be like how much money you make and what that means when it comes to love, and how we can make that something that makes us feel good, or it can even make us feel bad. But what's important is that we're changing and we're evolving that in order to be something that we love about ourselves. And so this tends to happen, you know, when we get into relationships, or you know, if we're having problems in a relationship, or even if we have a crush on somebody and it's unrequited. Oftentimes we'll think about, you know, well, what's my value in this, and am I really important, and do I look okay, you know, stuff like that. Am I making enough, right? How can I make sure that people actually love and value me? And Scorpio's here to tell you that you have to find that value and love in yourself before other people can see it in you. And just know we are like heading towards a more loving season. So I just feel that way. Let's see what we got. And if I sound a little bit tired, that's because I just woke up from a nap. Sorry. Sorry. Okay. Six of Cups is your energy. The Six of Cups means nostalgia and the past. We have your focus being on the Hanged Man. There's something you're feeling a little bit stuck on, that you're trying to really understand from all sides of the table. And then we have the Two of Cups as well, and this means love and relationships. Now, the Six of Cups represents us reflecting on everything that has happened, reflecting on our past relationships, or maybe we're reflecting deeply on this person that we like, you know, the person that's on our mind. And the Hanged Man tells me, well, honestly, the Hanged Man confirms that to me, you know, that we're trying to figure something out. We're feeling a little bit stuck. We're trying to understand what they said and what that means for us in our future. But we have in the future being the Two of Cups, which means it can mean like two people coming together in a relationship. But I always interpret it as two people sharing really deep held emotions. And so I do see like a moment where we're talking about how we feel. And if it's not like how we feel with this person, it's definitely coming to terms with how we feel within ourselves. Because we have this Hanged Man energy, we're seeing something from a new perspective, and we're able to navigate our emotions so much better in this state. Now, the challenge is a Death card. Death has to do with transformation and rebirth, once again, Scorpio energy. So you are going to be going through a change, right? Like, things aren't going to be the same as they are now as you're working through these emotions, as you're figuring things out, as you're communicating with others as well as yourself. Just know, like, you're going to figure things out, and maybe if things feel a little bit bleak, or if we're worried, or we're troubled, we're gonna head in the direction of being understood and feeling more at whole and at peace. We have your advice card being the Nine of Swords. I would say this is to let yourself feel, right? Like sometimes we have to go through the emotions. Sorry about the trade. Sometimes we have to go through our feelings and our fears and really work them out within ourselves. And I think that's what we're doing. Like we're just like digesting. Because once again, this is reliving the past. This is being scared of the future. You may have been, you may be having late nights. I don't know why. I have a feeling you're watching like other love readings. Maybe you're watching like pick a cards online or stuff for your sign. Whatever it may be though, like just know that I think this is kind of important for the story, like for the arc. But you should still put things down as much as you can. Don't mull it over too much. Just allow yourself to feel and digest. And I know and I see you coming to terms with something in the future. Thank goodness. So there's a time of feeling much more settled coming in for you. So I hope that you like that, Gooey. Let me know if that resonated, and let me know if you have a question, any questions too. See you later. Bye-bye. Hi there, Angel. Thank you very much for getting a reading from me, and thank you for your patience. You said hello. I'd like a love reading. Of course. I broke off my relationship last year due to distance. We haven't spoken to each other since. I can't help but feel I've made a mistake. I'm stuck between reaching out and moving on. Yeah, Angel, I understand how you feel. I went through a breakup back in January, and I moved all the way back to my parents' place across the country, and we haven't really had the chance to like have any closure or really talk it through ever since. And so I know how you feel. It's really difficult, but we can see what we got coming in for you. Let's see what the energy is at the top and the energy is at the bottom. I always give personal advice to people. If you broke up with someone, there's usually a deeper reason why. And so, trust the version of you that said, this isn't meant for me. Right? We deserve someone who makes us feel seen, warm, heard, and alive. And this is something that I was struggling with when I was long distance. I always felt like I was living on my phone or on my computer, and I wanted to live like a life full of experience. I wanted to go out. I wanted to have fun. I didn't want to spend holidays and birthdays and stuff on my computer online. I wanted to live, and so, if that's something that you were feeling, just know that's also really valid. All right, so this is the energy of moving on. Yes. 10 of Cups. Soul Family, the Knight of Pentacles. We also have Sloan City wins the race. And the Star. Okay, so the Star represents like having a new target. The Star means a new dream. And I feel in your heart, that if you feel like, I always try to remind people that if you have this feeling in your heart that you're meant to love someone deeply and wholeheartedly, where they have unconditional love for you and you for them, know that's something very sacred and you can have that. I will say Spirit is telling you that it's going to take time, and they want you to show up for yourself and stay consistent because you're on the right track. And the Star here is telling me that, in time you'll find something that lights you up, something that makes you feel motivated. And to me, I think it is like someone, especially with the 10 of Cups, because it does mean like soul family. These are energies that we've reincarnated with before, and it's incoming for you in time. How much time, we can pull on that later, but let's see what we have for moving on. For going back. Interesting. So for going back, we do have the Empress card, and Empress means healing. It means growth. We have the 2 of Cups, and the 2 of Cups does mean relationships, and the 4 of Wands means a reunion. And so if you wanted to come back with them, know that you can, right? Like the energies are all saying, especially the 2 of Cups and the 4 of Wands, that we can reintroduce and rekindle love into this. Will it take some time? Yeah, I think that, we'll have to go through it subtly, just kind of feel our way through it. But I think that we have something that we can really know, learn to love about each other again, and learn to find peace with as well, especially the Four of Wands being the outcome. Now, it depends on what you want. I always try to tell people there are so many different realities. There are so many different directions you can go in, and it can be with that person or it can be with somebody new. We have so many souls here on earth, and I believe that there are many soulmates that we can encounter. And so I want to pull for what does Spirit recommend for you. If we get anything like the Page of Wands, if we get anything like any pages, I'll say something new. If we get anything like the Six of Cups, I'll be like, yeah, definitely the past. But let's see what we got. Ooh, Eight of Swords, Eight of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles. So the Eight of Swords means feeling trapped, isolated, and alone, but it also means self-imposed restrictions. We also have the Eight of Pentacles, and this is working on yourself and becoming very talented. And then the Six of Pentacles is about kindness, warmth, and giving. And so in my opinion, I think Spirit is telling you to hold on just a little bit more. Make sure that you're making decisions out of love for yourself, out of kindness for yourself, instead of out of fear. This could mean that we're not seeing the whole picture, that we're just feeling lonely, we're feeling caged, and we want some energies that make us feel valued and cared for. And I just want you to know that you have that coming in for you in the future. It's just right now it's a little bit difficult to see because, I don't know, I see us like reflecting on the past and seeing how things worked for us before. But, there's something coming in later that we don't see that is even better and much more well suited for us. I want to see what the challenge is. Justice, honesty, truth, and clarity. So this is an energy of being very straightforward with yourself. Be very honest and straight with yourself. And the advice is the Fool, to go on a new journey. And the clarifier card for that is the Four of Cups, to remember why you are feeling unsatisfied or unloved or not cared for enough. So that's what I see. I hope that makes sense, Angel, and good luck with everything that you got going on. I really appreciate you supporting me, and let me know if you have any questions. I'll see you later. Hi, Pumpkin. It's really good to see you again. Welcome back. I hope you're feeling well and you had a nice night. Thank you for supporting me as always. You wrote, "Hey Ron, I hope you're doing good." I am. I just wanted to get a little love reading. I'm currently single, but I have been crushing on this one guy at work. His name is Pierce. I'm curious if anything will come out of it. Thank you. Yeah. Remember, when it comes to the future, as I always say, tarot is unreliable, so take it with a grain of salt. But let's see what we got coming in. What's the energy of Pumpkin and Pierce? Pumpkin's such a cute name. Alright, we've got Queen of Swords, truth, honesty, clarity, and independence, and the King of Swords, as well as temperance. I can see why you like this person. I think that they have a lot in common with you. I get the energy that you really like their voice. We do have in the future temperance, and temperance has to do with patience, harmony, balance, and self-control. Oops, sorry about the trade. Oh my goodness. Now the Queen of Swords makes me feel like I don't know why I feel like there's like a dance happening coming in, because we have this energy of the King and Queen of Swords. I think you both complement each other well. Like anytime we have two court cards in the same suits, it does represent that we have a good thing going on, and I can see why you like this person. I also think that they're very independent, which is very charming. I think they're very honest. They might be really funny and witty too. And I do see something happening in the future where we feel really peaceful with each other. Not quite anything loving yet. I will admit that usually the Suit of Swords, these are energies that are very independent. They're not quite in the energy of love, but that could blossom, right? We do have these butterflies here, and butterflies represent change and transformation. And Temperance, as I said, means time. And so in time, let's see what's coming in. Oh, we got the Four of Wands coming together. We have the Empress, which means growth and healing, and a Six of Wands, which represents being seen. It also means victory, reward, success, and recognition. And so the Four of Wands does tell me personally that in time, so we have both of your energies here. We have patience, so in time, we're going to come together and the relationship is going to blossom into one where we spend more time together, where we are in each other's realities more, where we're in each other's spheres. And so after that, I would say, give this like another month or two, just because we do have Temperance, and Temperance does, it means time. Oh, give me a second. My mom's calling me. Shari, she's worried because I haven't come home yet. I like slept here at in my little office space. Anyways, so the Six of Wands, yeah, being in each other's energies more. So that's really good to see. After that, we have the Seven of Wands. This is having up healthy boundaries. We have the High Priestess, and we have the Five of Swords. You might go through a time, if I'm honest, there might be a time where you're not spending as much, you're just not spending as much time together. The High Priestess represents keeping secrets. It represents being in somebody's thoughts. And the Five of Swords is assuming the worst, So I wonder if after we spend more time together, there might be a period where both of you are just genuinely busy, because the Seven of Wands means it can mean having a wall up. It can mean needing to say no, but for legitimate reasons, right? I can't, I'm sorry. And then the High Priestess is here to be oh, my gut is telling me that there's something more. And the Five of Swords is an energy of, oh, yeah, but my gut's telling me it's okay, or there's something happening, but my brain is telling me everything's not okay. And so that's kind of the direction that we're heading in. I want to pull one more. One more 3 spread. And so I always like to pull things, it depends on what cards we get. If we get cards that have to do with patience, especially at the end, I'll kind of extend it. And so if this is 2 to 3 months, I would say that this would be maybe within a 3-month span. So let's see what 4 months is. 10 of Wands, Judgment, and the Strength card. Now the 10 of Wands means busy. See, this is what I was saying. Busyness, having a lot on our plate. But we have Judgment, and Judgment does mean communication, but it also means an epiphany moment. It means an understanding. And we also have the Strength card, which means confidence, independence, and self-love. And so if I'm honest, and I don't want to deter you, Pumpkin, I think if you like this person, you should definitely, see what comes about it. But in my opinion, because of these cards, it does tell me within 4 months that there will be such a season where we don't spend as much time as we would like, where we realize, well, I think I'll focus on myself for the time being. So that's what I have, Pumpkin. I hope that helped, and I'm sorry if that's not the message you wanted, but that's the one that I see. And yeah, thank you, Pumpkin. See you later. Bye-bye.